So today what I want to do is talk to you about the most important conversations you have each day, the conversations you have with yourselves. My name is Ethan Cross. I'm the director of the Emotion and Self-Control Lab at the University of Michigan. And for the past 25 years, I've been studying how people can manage their emotions. And one of the things that I've learned during that time, see, I'm managing my emotions right now. One of the things that I've learned during that time is that
when I was at my lowest, man, I almost called it quits. Then I grabbed a microphone and I lead them haters sick. There's some stains in the game, hope it come out in the rinse. R.I.P. to Dre, bo. I thank God I went legit, let's go.
A key to managing one's emotions effectively involves understanding how to harness this mysterious force called the voices inside our head. Now, I realize some of you may be asking yourself right now,
when I was at my lowest, man, I almost called it quits. Then I grabbed a microphone and I lead them haters sick. There's some stains in the game, hope it come out in the rinse. R.I.P. to Dre, bo. I thank God I went legit, let's go.
What is a purported serious scientist doing talking about a squishy topic like the voices inside our head? But I want to point out the elephant in the room, that if you've just asked yourself that question, you are...
God forgive me for my sins. From my heart, I repent. Got the style like no other, and I got the confidence. I just took over the game. They were so incompetent. Please don't gas me up. You can't hold a compliment. When I snap out on the beat, that ain't all the arguments. I'm so proud of my daughter, all of her accomplishments. When the pen hit the pad, man, it's so astonishing, and it come out clean. You don't have to polish it. They say time gon' rip the verse. You should know that's common sense. If you looking for the light, then come on and follow me. Took the game by storm, this with no apologies. And they bet not hold their breath. Can't find a rapper hot as me. Let's go.
Talking to yourself. And that's totally okay, because the vast majority of us have a voice inside our head. Here's a scientific fact that I absolutely love. We spend between 1/2 and 1/3 of our waking hours.
When I was at my lowest, man, I almost called it quits. Then I grabbed a microphone and I lead them haters sick. There's some stains in the game, hope it come out in the rinse. R.I.P. to Dre, bo. I thank God I went legit, let's go.
Not focused on the present. Between 1/2 and 1/3 of the time, our minds, they are drifting away. We are thinking about other things. Some of you are doing that right now. Please stop.
When I was at my lowest, man, I almost called it quit. Then I grabbed a microphone and I lead them haters sick. There's some stains in the game, hope it come out in the rinse. R.I.P. to Dre, bo. I thank God I went legit, let's go.
Once we find ourselves drifting away, one of the things that we're doing is talking to ourselves and listening to what we say. Now, when scientists like myself use the term inner voice, what we're talking about is our ability to silently use language to reflect on our lives. And it turns out this is one of your superpowers, because your inner voice lets you keep information active in your head for short periods of time, like when you go to the grocery store.
They say time you flip the script. You came up with something different. He threw his life away, and it only took a minute. If we all come together, this could all be prevented. When I pop out on the beat, it's like Popeye eating spinach. Let's go.
And if you're like me, 15 seconds into the expedition, you forget what you're supposed to buy. You repeat that list in your head. Apples, cheese, Pepto-Bismol. TMI.
They say time you flip the script. You came up with something different. He threw his life away, and it only took a minute. If we all come together, this could all be prevented. When I pop out on the beat, it's like Popeye eating spinach. Let's go.
We also use our inner voice to simulate and plan, like when we silently rehearse what we're going to say before an important presentation or an interview. And of course, we use our inner voice to control and motivate ourselves.
I'ma take it on a ride like a lift. I'm so swift. They ask how I kick this flavor. I just tell them it's a gift. They left me for dead. On my shoulder, it's a chip. So I'm fighting for a change, and that's if you catch my drift. Get a grip. You can't see what's going on. They full of jealousy. I can tell by their tone. Every time I hit the beat, man, I'm going, gone. They took the ball, so this time I'm going strong. They did wrong, but that's just the way they play it. Got a style that can't be cloned. Some might say that I'm creative. I came out of the rain, and it feels so amazing. Ask about me in my city, they might say that I'm the mayor. Let's go.
As I did just before I came on stage, right around the corner over there, I silently said to myself, come on, man, you've got this. Deep breath, 45 minutes and you are done. And of course, all of you just said to yourself,
they say time you flip the script. You came up with something different. He threw his life away, and it only took a minute. If we all come together, this could all be prevented. When I pop out on the beat, it's like Popeye eating spinach. Let's go.
This guy thinks he's talking for 45 minutes. He's nuts. Finally, perhaps most magically, we use our inner voice to make sense of this messy world that we often live in. When we experience challenges, we turn our attention inward and try to work through them. And our inner voice helps us create those stories that shape our sense of self, stories that really craft our identity. So your inner voice, this is a remarkable tool. The problem is, it is a tool that often jams up on us when we need it most.
Said I want this thing forever, forever. Said I want this thing forever. Some things come and go, but I want this thing forever. Said I want this thing forever. I stepped foot in the game, took it to another level. I took it to another level. Let's go.
We don't come up with clear solutions to our problems. We get stuck in negative thought loops instead. We worry, we ruminate, we experience what I call the dark side of our inner voice.
Some things come and go, but I want this thing forever. Said I want this thing forever. I stepped foot in the game, took it to another level. I took it to another level. Let's go.
Chatter. How do you know if you're experiencing chatter? If you ever find yourself trying to work through a problem but not making any progress, or if you find yourself,
I'm one of a kind, but I didn't mean to brag. When you ask about the kid, get it poppin' like a tag. They say time, that boy smooth as silk. Some things spoil just like a jug of milk. I want this thing to last and to never ever end. Through the storm and the rain, some things will never bend. I give my heart and soul, that's the way that I was raised. Understanding is the key, and we on the same page. The grass is green, we just gotta maintain. He can't keep up with the kid, cause we not the same thing. Only way to describe it, nothing short of excellent. They say nothing lasts forever, but they never heard of this. Let's go.
Berating yourself incessantly. I'm an idiot, such an idiot. Those are two telltale signs.
Said I want this thing forever, forever. Said I want this thing forever. Some things come and go, but I want this thing forever. Said I want this thing forever. Step foot in the game, took it to another level. I took it to another level. Let's go.
Now, if this description of chatter resonates with any of you here, I'm sure it does not. But if it does, my response to you is, welcome to the human condition, my friends.
Some things come and go, but I want this thing forever. Said I want this thing forever. I stepped foot in the game, took it to another level. I took it to another level. Let's go.
Chatter is a feature of it. We all have the capacity to experience it at times. It also happens to be one of the big problems we face as a species. And I say this because if you look at what chatter does to us, it sinks us in 3 domains of life that I would argue everyone here cares a great deal about. One thing that chatter does,
I pray for our future, they should put the crash and burn. Every dog has his day, I'm just waiting on my turn. When they hear time first, I keep them wanting more. And more, and more, and more, and more. Let's go.
It makes it really hard for us to think and perform. If you've ever had the experience of sitting down to read a few pages in a book, and under oath you would swear to a judge,
I pray for our future, they so quick to crash and burn. Every dog have his day, I'm just waiting on my turn. When they hear time first, I keep them wanting more. And more, and more, and more, and more. Let's go.
that you have read the words on the screen or page, But you get to the end of the section, the chapter, and you don't remember a damn thing that you've read.
Patience is the key to start the engine. Just in time, please don't forget to mention. Have a strong foundation, know it fall in an instant. When I pop out on the beat, I'm borderline brilliant. Assassin was a crime, I might have to plead guilty. I'm one in a million, I'm the hottest in the city. Think he's standing next to me? Oh no, not really. When I pray, I ask God to forgive me. It's a dirty game, and sometimes it gets 50. First piece of die trying, I feel like I'm 50. And I will always love you, R.I.P. to Whitney. Remember that respect is earned, not given. Let's go.
You've experienced one way that chatter undermines us. It consumes our attention, leaving very little left over to do the things that we often want and need to do.
I pray for our future, they so quick to crash and burn. Every dog have his day, I'm just waiting on my turn. When they hear time burst, I leave them wanting more. And more, and more, and more, and more. Let's go.
Because when we experience chatter, we're often highly motivated to share its glory with those around us. What I mean by that is we often want to talk about our chatter. So we find someone to talk to, and then we keep on talking over and over again. This can have a really sad consequence of pushing away people who genuinely care about us because there's only so much that they can endure before we start to bring them down. Then there's our health. So chatter helps explain how stress gets under our skin to impact our physical health, because what it does is it prolongs our stress response. And that creates a wear and tear in our body that is physically damaging, predicts things like problems of cardiovascular disease, inflammation, even certain forms of cancer. And when people hear about these findings, the question they often ask me is, how can I silence this inner voice? Just shut it up.
Song, kick it to a different beat. Yeah, I'm him, you can call me him a thief. When you name your top 5, just be sure to mention me. I tried to walk away, but the game's so hard to leave. Let's go.
And I don't think this is the best question to be asking, because your inner voice is a remarkable tool. We don't want to get rid of that tool. What we want to figure out,
it's the same old song, kick it to a different beat. Yeah, I'm him, you can call me him a thief. When you name your top 5, just be sure to mention me. I tried to walk away, but the game's so hard to leave. Let's go.
is how to harness it. And this is where the really, really good news comes into play. This is precisely the question that scientists like myself have been trying to answer for a few decades now.
Man, I had to let the song cry. Pass the tissue, I got 99 problems, that's 99 issues. That's 99 solutions, I'm fighting for a difference. To all the fallen soldiers, we praying for the victims. This world is getting colder than a jacket with no zipper. In the snowstorm in the middle of November. Gridiron gang like The Rock and Exhibit. Just know that it's not a right, just know that it's a privilege. I give my all, cause that's all that I know. We fall out like a pocket with a hoe. Kept my head up and I stayed 10 toes. Riding down the road, looking out the window. Let's go.
And we have learned a lot about the science-based tools that exist to do precisely this. Now, there are many, many tools out there. I'm not going to tell you about each one, because then we would go for 45 minutes.
Song, kick it to a different beat. Yeah, I'm him, you can call me him a thief. When you name your top 5, just be sure to mention me. I tried to walk away, but the game's so hard to leave. Let's go.
But I do want to share with you 3 of my favorites. And we're going to start with language. Right before Malala Yousafzai became the youngest person to ever win the Nobel Peace Prize.
It's the same old song, kick it to a different beat. Yeah, I'm him, you can call me him a thief. When you name your top 5, just be sure to mention me. I tried to walk away, but the game's so hard to leave. Let's go.
For advocating for the rights of young girls to receive an education, she was invited onto The Daily Show with Jon Stewart to talk about her experience. At one point during the interview, she begins to explain what went through her head when she first discovered that the Taliban were plotting to kill her. I want to present to you a quote right here of how she starts to talk about this experience. I used to think that the Talib would come and he would just kill me. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary here. She's talking to herself in the first person, the way we typically think about our lives. But the moment she gets to this part of the experience, right, the Taliban, they're on my doorstep, right? They're coming to get me. It's what is arguably the climax.
Jumping off the top ropes like Mysterio, here we go. But they act like they don't hear me though, here we go. Just in time, that boy so lyrical, here we go. Them boys socket like a bowl of cereal, let's go.
The most stressful, chatter-provoking event you can imagine. Once she gets to that part, she does something kind of strange. I'm going to show you another quote here, and I want you to just look at what she says.
Jumping off the top ropes like Mysterio, here we go. But they act like they don't hear me though, here we go. Just in time, that boy so lyrical, here we go. Them boys socket like a bowl of cereal, let's go.
I asked myself, what would you do, Malala? Then I would reply to myself, Malala, just take a shoe and hit him. But then I said, if you hit a Talib with your shoe,
it's a breath of fresh air, know it's time though. I'm the point guard like I'm Rondo. Free the guys, it's a never-ending cycle. She said it was forever, then she said it was a typo. When I hit the beat, guaranteed I'm going psycho. I'm the main event like it's Monday Night Nitro. They say that I'm the GOAT, but they right though. I moonwalk on the beat like a Michael. They tried to bring me down, but I'm putting up a fight though. They say I killed the verse, but it was light though. They talking down, but we bout to take flight though. Just in time, I'm the only one in sight though. Let's go.
Then there would be no difference between you and the Talib. So she starts off in the first person, but then she switches. She's coaching herself. She's giving herself advice like she would someone else.
Jumping off the top ropes like Mysterio, here we go. But they act like they don't hear me though, here we go. Just in time, that boy so lyrical, here we go. Them boys socket like a bowl of cereal, let's go.
Using her name and the word you. In this instance, what Malala is doing, she's using a tool that we have studied. It is called distanced self-talk. And it is useful because
jumping off the top ropes like Mysterio, here we go. But they act like they don't hear me though, here we go. Just in time, that boy so lyrical, here we go. Them boys socket like a bowl of cereal, let's go.
We human beings are much, much better at giving advice to other people than we are taking our own advice. So if you've ever felt like a giant hypocrite, once again, welcome to the human condition. There's even a name for this phenomenon. It's called Solomon's Paradox, named after the Bible's King Solomon, who was famous for being able to give great advice to other people, but when it came to his own affairs, he stumbled mightily. Using your own name and you shifts your perspective. It gets you to relate to yourself like you were giving advice to someone else, and that makes it much, much easier for us to wisely work through our problems. Another tool you can use to manage your chatter is other people, but you have to be really careful about who you go to for chatter support. Many people think that the best way to help someone else is to let them vent their emotions.